Hey friends, wishing you all an amazing day, full of energy and joy. Today we're diving into a powerful and emotional story, one that follows Huyen, a strong and resilient woman, little Maya, her sweet daughter, and their loyal pup Bibi. But behind their smiles lie storms that never seem to pass, testing Huyen's strength again and again. Far away, a man named Ly quietly carries the weight of longing and hope, the hope that one day he'll return, open his arms, and hold Huyen and Maya close once again, bringing an end to the pain of separation with just one embrace. But will fate give them that chance? What does their journey look like? Stick around and let's find out, because somewhere in this story, you just might see a piece of your own. All Huyen ever dreamed of was a simple home, just warm enough to shelter her and her daughter Maya from the rain and sun, and filled with enough love for Maya to grow up happy. As a single mother, Huyen carried an extraordinary strength, always putting herself between her daughter and the harshness of the world. She once had a home, a husband, but when the arguments turned bitter and she saw fear begin to grow in Maya's young eyes, Huyen knew she couldn't stay. Even when her ex-husband begged her through tears, she chose to walk away because love should never be built on scars. And so, with nothing but a small suitcase and a broken heart, she took Maya and left the north, heading south with no real plan, just hope. Those early days were brutal. Some nights, they slept on a cold park bench wrapped in a thin coat to keep Maya warm against the creeping night chill. Dinner was often just a dry piece of bread and a cup of water kindly offered by a roadside shop. And yet, through it all, little 4-year-old Maya never let go of her mother's hand. Her eyes sparkled with unwavering faith. Mom, we're going to have a house someday, right? That one question, simple, innocent, powerful, became Huyen's reason to keep going. Then everything began to change when Huyen met Mr. Tieu, an elderly farmer with kind eyes that seemed to see right through to the soul. One scorching July afternoon, as the sun beat down mercilessly on the fields, Mr. Tieu went out alone to check on a broken irrigation ditch. The ground was slick from the night's rain, and he slipped, falling hard, injuring his leg badly. He cried out, but no one was nearby. Flat on his back, in the muddy field, soaked with sweat and pain, he waited until Huyen happened to pass by and rushed to help. From that moment, their connection became more than just one of need and help. It became a bond rooted in kindness, trust, and humanity. Her care for him and his belief in her became the beginning of something new. Word of Huyen's integrity, work ethic, and heart began to spread. Slowly, the community people she had never even met opened their arms. They didn't just offer food or shelter. They came together, pitching in what little they had to help her start a new life. With their support, Huyen was gifted a small piece of land at the edge of the village. With help from kind strangers, herders, farmers, neighbors, she built a humble home. It wasn't big, it wasn't fancy, but it was theirs. And in that little house, every giggle from Maya was a slice of happiness. Every glance from Huyen held a silent thank you to life, because even in the fiercest storms, someone had reached out and helped her believe in tomorrow again. Day, a quiet but kind man, had a brief but beautiful chapter in his life with Huyen and their little daughter Maya. They weren't rich, but their days were filled with warmth. Afternoons were spent chasing the wind across the empty fields. Maya perched high on Dee's shoulder, giggling freely. Huyen would smile softly nearby, the sunlight shining on her hair like golden honey. In those moments, Dee believed that was all he needed, just the two of them, and love. He cared for them in every way he could. He cooked Huyen's favorite meals, picked out little dresses for Maya, and poured love into every little gesture. He wasn't a man of many words, but everything he did spoke volumes. Then one day, they were gone. He returned from a short business trip to an empty house. No note, no sign. The faint scent of Huyen's perfume still lingered in the air. Maya's tiny clothes swayed gently on the clothesline behind the house. But they were gone, without a trace. Dee sat silently, his heart broken, his lungs constricted as if he couldn't breathe. The emptiness hit him like 1,000 needles stabbing him, but he wouldn't give up. He packed his things, climbed into his beat-up little car, and began his search. Town after town, province after province. Sometimes all he had was a vague rumor. Someone said they might have seen a woman carrying a small child. That was enough for Dee. Every morning, he woke before sunrise with new hope, and every night, exhausted behind the wheel, he refused to stop. Then one day, luck or maybe fate brought him to Adam. Adam was a quiet, mixed-race young man who lived in a small bamboo house, not afraid to share his only bed with Day. He didn't talk much, but he had a good heart. He used to sit next to Day, while staring at an old photo of Huyen on his phone, memorizing every detail, as if she might appear if he stared long enough. "We'll find them," Adam said one night, placing a steady hand on Dee's shoulder. The words were simple, but they lit a fire inside him. Day after day, Day and Adam wandered through the dusty markets, asking questions of every vegetable vendor, every noodle vendor, every old person sitting in a doorway. The roads were rough, sometimes, rain-broken, winding, and steep, but Dee never turned back. He walked, he asked, and walked again, even when all he got was a shrug or a look of pity. Then one foggy morning, a man finally stopped and looked at him. "Are you looking for a woman named Huyen and her child?" the old man asked, squinting. "Sounds like the people who live near Old Two, just over the ridge behind." For a moment, Dee's heart stopped. He called out to Adam. They didn't wait. Legs, aching hearts pounding. They followed the path the old man had described, through narrow dirt paths, through tall bamboo groves, and past golden rice fields that caught the morning sun. At the end of the path, hidden in the quiet of the village, was a modest little house with a tin roof and a starfruit tree growing out front. After days of not seeing him, they couldn't wait another second. He walked up to Tu's gate, his hand shaking as he knocked. This time Tu answered. The old man leaned on his cane, his kind eyes slightly troubled as he looked at the stranger at his door. A tanned face, eyes that held something deeper than despair. "Sir, my name is Day," he said, his voice trembling. "I'm looking for Huyen and her daughter. Please, do you know them?" Mr. Tu looked at him for a long moment, reading his heart like an open book. Then slowly, he smiled. "I know them," he said warmly. "They live just beyond that hill. Take the path behind the buffalo pen. Turn left at the big red silk tree. It's not far." Dee didn't even say thank you. His feet were gone before his mind could catch up. Adam called after him, but Dee didn't hear. His shoes were caked with mud, but he didn't care. His heart was pounding so hard it drowned out everything else. Halfway up the hill, a breeze blew through the air, carrying the sweet scent of grapefruit flowers. Day crouched behind a tree, eyes looking ahead. There it was, a small house, roofed with palm leaves, a light smoke curling from the chimney. A simple garden, a few vegetables, a banana tree. Peaceful, beautiful, but no one was there. Huyen and Maya had gone outside. Dee stood still, arms hanging down, holding his breath. So close, but not yet. And so he waited for that moment, that joy, the reunion his heart had been chasing for so long. He would not give up. Not now. Not ever.